Is Israel cutting the head off the snake? Or like a hydra are more growing in its place? Joining us now is Dani Naveh, President and CEO of Israel Bonds and former member of the Knesset. Mr. Naveh, welcome to Fine Point.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us how this may impact the region immediately. I imagine it's going to make a large dent, but from your vantage, what do you think?
Well, Israel is at war against Iran's terrorist proxy organizations. And this is not just a war between Israel and a group of terrorists. This is a very important battle against the enemies of the Jewish people. Terrorist organizations guided by Iran, and their main aim is to destroy the Jewish state. But let's not be mistaken. For Iran and its proxy terrorist organizations, Israel is a little Satan, and the United States is a big one, and we need to stand together against these enemies. And I'm confident, in following these achievements of Israel that you have just mentioned, that we are going to prevail and to win this important war. And the world is going to be a much better place for all of us following that.
Well, the messaging about this conflict has been fairly mixed, to say the least, from around the world. So I'm curious what your thoughts are on what the messaging should be at this point from someone like Secretary of State Blinken as he goes to visit the region to address this.
Well, unfortunately, I cannot make any kind of advices to the U.S. Secretary of State, and I cannot make any political statements. What I can say is that it is very clear that this is a war against the enemies of civilization. And it's a crucial war for the future of all of us. And the best, I would say, stand that all of us can take is to give Israel the support it needs in order to win this war, this important war against these enemies.
Well, we've been fighting in this region for, it seems, a very long time. Maybe not at this intensity, of course, but we have been viewing Iran as this malignant force in the Middle East, this malignant force that has been trying to take out Israel for as long as the bad guys have been in power. But this latest move, this financial targeting by Israel, do you think this will actually make a dent in what is in their power plays as they move forward? Where do you think we'll see some more immediate impacts of this particular move?
Well, this is an important segment in the war against a terrorist organization. When you fight a terrorist organization like Hezbollah, you go after their leaders, you go after their military infrastructure, and you go after their financial infrastructure. And these financials that you have mentioned, most of that is what we should call dirty money. That the Iranians have supplied on weekly basis cash money to the leaders of Hezbollah, and most of that money went to support terrorist murder activities against innocent people. And in addition to that, you know how they get this dirty money, these guys of the Hezbollah terrorist organizations? Part of that, as I mentioned, they get from Iran. Part of that, they get as being one of the leading drug dealers in the Middle East. So this is really dirty money. And the fact that Israel is going after that money and blocking these resources of Hezbollah is an important part of our way for victory. And I'm sure and confident that by achieving these great achievements, we already killed the top leadership of Hezbollah.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.